It's the next day working on the creamsicle, and I got a little Jerry Reed playing in the background, but looks like I got a copyright problem going on in my last video, so I wonder if I got to go back and edit the songs out of there. I don't know. So let me show you where I'm at. I got the gusset cut out, but it's just sitting there. It's not tacked in, it's just sitting there to see if it'll fit. And I got the U-bolts cleaned up so I could get them put around here and clamp this axle back together. These are the U-bolts and plates from the half-ton truck, so they don't quite fit. The other truck, they were on the bottom, and this one you can see it's hitting right there. But my spacer block of wood fits. That's perfect. So I'm going to use that as my stop. So that is, oh, let's think about this. With the airbags all the way extended, that's how far the frame is going to be away from the axle tube. So you can see over there. So yeah, I'll have to C-notch it and give it some more room. So that's where I'm at today, but you can see that it's hitting right there on the frame. So that's now my stop. The last part of that video was on a Monday. It's now Thursday, and I've done quite a bit of thinking about this because I'm trying to make sense out of it. So my problem, I don't even know if it's a problem, but I think it might be, is, you know, here's the link bar, and what I want to do is I want to get the link bar and the mount in line with each other. And right now, hope you can see it, it's just eyeballed that way. But what would happen if it was like that? I mean, the link bar would probably still work, right? Or if it was like that. I know I'm exaggerating it a lot, but that's what I'm worried about. So I've been trying to figure out how to center up these things. I was thinking of taking a piece of flat bar and clamping it here and here and getting everything in line on all of them, but I mean, it gets really tight for space down in here for clamps. So I've been racking my brain on how to do this, and I think I've figured out a little bit of a solution. So I'll show you what I'm thinking about. So here's the Heim joint, and it's got that much movement. All right, so what I did, I took a washer and I drilled a hole, the whole center hole bigger, where it would fit around the ball of the Heim joint, and then I had to flatten it off to make it fit. So here's my washer I modified. Then here's just a bunch of 5/8 washers, and now it only moves that much instead of that much. So that's what I'm probably going to do, unless I think of a better way of lining up all these brackets and arms and parts and pieces. So I've been sitting here fighting this and figuring this for hours and days and forever. I've got this leaf spring still attached to locate the axle where it goes. But with this piece undone, that pinion angle is so far down that it's ridiculous. So I've got to come up with a different way to locate this axle in here without these leaf springs. So what I think I've decided to do is over there on that side, I'm going to take a piece of angle and weld it from here down there to that side of the angle, or to that side of the axle tube, then another piece of angle and weld it this way to that side of the axle tube, and weld it to the frame, because all that's getting cut out right there for the C-notch, but with them at an angle this way and an angle that way. When I take the axle out of there, get rid of all the leaf springs and everything, then put the axle back in that V shape, it should go right back to where it is right now. If anybody else has got any good ideas, please let me know in the comments below, because you know all that comment stuff helps out. It's Christmas Eve morning. I have all my gifts wrapped. Got that done this morning before everybody's awake, and the girls are still sleeping, so I came out here to do a little bit of work, and I can't decide on what to do, so I'm just going to do something. was kind of fun, so let me get you guys down here and show you what I'm talking about. So I got my homemade jack stands holding up the axle. All right, and then I got a bottle jack holding up the pinion. So see the bottle jack holding the pinion. So now I can release a little bit of that pressure on the bottle jack and it'll lower the pinion angle because I believe it's too high right now. And I've got these pieces of angle welded in to locate the axle where it goes. So I'll pull these tires off and I'll figure out from wheel mounting surface or brake hub or something to the frame and center the axle up. Then I'll pull these springs all the way off. They're just sitting here right now, not doing anything. And I'll weld something from the spring perch up to the frame right there once I get the axle centered and pinion where I want it, everything done, so I can start building my truss and my mounts for the arms and stuff like that. But now it's time to go do some Christmas stuff with the family, so I'm gonna wrap it up for a few hours probably. It was more than a few hours. Christmas was Friday and it's now Monday, so I've done a little bit of work, but look at the snow we got. I love it. I could not get the springs off. They were so seized in there, so I'll just have to torch those or plasma cut those brackets off and get rid of that. But I got the floor cleaned up and everything done. I plasma cut out these parts that were blocking me. I'll take and get rid of all this stuff at a later date. But now I can put my mounts here and over there. So that's what I'm going to be working on now. First thing I got to do is get the driveline angle figured out. So I'm going to go up and under the front and see if I can measure the water pump pulley or something that's in line with the crank so I can get my pinion angle set. I don't know if you can see that, but it's 11.9, so about 12 degrees down. So I'm going to try to jack it up a little bit and we'll see what happens. That's as close as I'm going to get it. So I don't know what that means, but now those two are parallel. They're not going to be at the same height, but if they're parallel, that means the U-joint should work properly. I hope. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Now I'm going to measure from the frame right above the axle, from the frame to this part on the backing plate, which is 9.5. Go to the other side, same place, and it is 9.25. So I got to go 1/8 this way. All right, so I got a little brace in there, and it is 9 5/16 on this side. And 9 5/16 on this side. So I'm gonna weld another brace in right here. Call it good. All right, so check this out. Back frame rail, 0. Axle tube, 0. Side, 0. So when I put my truss up here, I can make sure it's 0 also. I'll 0 it this way and this way, so it should be flat. Ooh, I wonder what this way is. 1 degree. 1 degree there. Where else is a flat spot? I think this is a flat spot. 1 degree there. I can't get any better than that. Another flat spot right here. Oh, 0. I don't know what this one is. 0. Top of the bed mount. Wow, so I got it in here pretty flat. Cool. Now I'll start putting the truss on over the pumpkin. There's so much going on with this that I'm not sure where I stop and start anymore, so we'll have to just see if you guys can follow along. So here's my cab side mount, just tacked on there, and there, 4 places so it won't move. Here's the axle side mount on the truss, tacked on a couple places. So it was 20 degrees off of center, 40 degrees apart from each other, what worked out for me. So that I took that and I made a tie rod from it. So you can see these tacks over here, tacks over here. Remember, this is just electrical conduit, just temporary. Once I get this all figured out, then I'll make it. So I made this tie rod. Then I took this scrap piece of tubing, welded some bolts to it that are the exact width of that apart. Now I'm going to take this one and put it together. Let's see if I can do this while I got my phone going. Got it. So there. Now these are going to be identical. Got everything lined up. Left-hand thread, both on the same side. So I'll tack that one on. And now I will put the one back in here, and that will make it so I can put the mounts on over there, and they should be in the same place. So I'm going to start over here and put that one on over there. So now that I've got this side, passenger side, tacked in, I'll go and take out all my washers and put in my misalignment spacers and see how everything works. I won't be able to go up and down yet because I don't have anything up for bottom links. That's what I'll be working on next, but there's the upper triangle. I'm sorry if I went too fast on this and didn't show you every step. So you can see now, the axle's down low, I drop it down, let's see how well it goes back up. So right there is ride height. If the axle is only going to go up from there, or the frame is only going to go down from there. That's the ride height. Airbag's all the way extended out. That's where it should be. So hopefully, since it'll drop as far as it did, it'll also go up as far as it needs to. It only needs to come up about, from there, 7 inches. So about that much higher. So it should be cool. But I got it done. I got it mocked up. I got my theories all proven. So most of all this is tacked. Again, that's just conduit for the arms. I've got some tubing for that. So now that I've proven it, I can pull it all apart and make them permanent. If I didn't think of anything or missed something or whatever, please let me know in the comments, because I guess the comments do something, they help me out. So I'm going to end this part off there. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's really cool. Now there's just a buttload of welding left to do. Who thinks I should make a long travel pre-runner? Let me know.